G'day there. Do you think the government truly gets the plight of small business and the irony we're currently facing on Omicron? It started, of course, with the alarm in Queenstown as shops and hospo outlets closed, but as the week's gone on, it's spread. Major centres have ghost-like CBDs. The Bay of Plenty was yesterday's centre of worry as people fear closure either out of catching COVID or being a close contact or just plain fear. I mean, let's be honest, it's nationwide now. Business is in real trouble. Futures are hanging now by a thread. Small business with small staff just can't shuffle people around. They simply have to close, and those businesses that were already closed through the lockdown are either about to close again or they're getting done over by the lack of custom due to the fear. Does the government get that? Do the government get that they are indeed the orchestrators of this fear, and that the current approach, which is you need to handle it on your own deal, but at the same time we've made it as hard as possible to get the rat test you need, and there's no help for wages either, that could not be in greater contrast to the omnipresent do as you're told campaign they've run us through for the last 2 years. You can't run people's lives like a computer game for years 1 and 2. Then walk away in year 3. You can't claim the wage subsidy was a smash hit saving businesses by the truckload and then have nothing when the exact same thing happens again. You can't tell people to organise their own rat tests when you've commandeered all the orders. And you can't have business pick up the tab or extend their overdraft or indeed go under because they have to follow your home ISO rules that many wouldn't do themselves if they were left to their own devices. This in many respects is the worst of all the responses so far. Here are the rules. Sorry if you go bust, but do as you're told and we aren't here to help. What sort of deal is that? And now I'm not for spending endless amounts of money that we don't have in the first place, but I am for fairness. Stop the school sandwiches, or the cameras on the fishing boats, or the Mariah Renos, or all the other crap you use the COVID money for, and help the people who drive the economy. It's almost like the government's given up. You think that years 1 and 2 wore them out. Now it's every man for himself. If you start something, you see it through. It's called leadership. You notice the Prime Minister's nowhere to be seen. She looks work shy. They look like they're spent. And as always, it's the small guy who pays the price.